Hello and welcome to today's video. It's coming out very late. Honestly, there was a good chance I wasn't going to do it. Sabres are in the playoffs, my favorite childhood team, and if it was going to overtime and for a little while there, it looked like it could be, um, this video would have come out tomorrow. But they ended up winning. They came back down 2-0 and got the job done. So 1-0 out of a best of seven. Greatest sport in the world. So, Nexus report. Everybody played. 12 series, went 10-2 in predictions, following a 9-3 yesterday. We're 19-5 the last 2 days, which is pretty good. Not to say these weren't easy predictions, but nonetheless, didn't have many upsets. Nongshim went 2-1, and what was a 70-30 split. They took 11 of 16 Drakes, 3 of 4 Barons. Early game was close. It was truly split when we look at the averages in the first 15 minutes. So Scout went 13, 6, and 17, 29% of damage. I tweeted this out, and I had forgotten about it because so much has happened since I looked at this series this morning. Out of the 4 Barons, 3 were negative, and the team's I literally had a negative 6,200 total in power play. Nongshim won with a negative 837 with 3. Bro had negative 3,671 with theirs. So that's a thing. Lahen's 82 KP. We saw the solo lanes be where Nongshim had advantages. Scout an 800 gold lead over Loki on average, but Loki didn't do terrible. We see 15-8-22, 77 KP leading the way. Teddy, 2 solo 2v2 kills, 29% of damage. Casting Sponge, Taeyun also putting up solo kills. Bro's strongest part were their bot lane duo. Teddy Namgun into Taeyun and Lahen's. Almost 1,000 gold lead at 15 minutes on average. So actually, we look at this, 1,200, 950. Really, 250 gold lead on average for Bro in this series at 15 minutes. T1 KRX, T1 win pretty handily. Game 1 very dominant. Game 2 a mixed bag. Results in a 77-23 split in terms of advantage. T1 did not take a Baron, but KRX did. 1350 with it. Drake's relatively even, 6-5. T1, Carrier played Camille in game 1. Faker went 9-0-14. Doran, 28 damage share, pays 3 solo 2v2 kills, 70 kill participation. Willer, 4-7-12 with a solo kill, 80 KP. Lazy Feel, 35 damage share. Carrier had 4 solo 2v2 kills of his own. Andal had 2. So there were 9. There were 9 solo 2v2 kills in this series in 2 games. T1 dominating the early game. We see Pays and Carrier averaging a 1,400 gold lead at 15 minutes. We do the math here with Doran's other 418. It's about a 2,000 to 2,100 gold lead at 15 minutes for T1 on average. But that was just gold. Drakes were split. And in game 2, KRX actually put up a serious fight. So T1 ended up getting away with a 2-0. IG Top Esports win 2-0. They took 6 of 10 Drakes, 2 Barons. Early game, while topside really being dominated by IG, Breathe did very well in this series into Zuan. 3 solo kills of his own, leading IG with 29% of damage. Cream 11-18. Jackie Love, a solo 2v2 kill, 34 damage share, 85 kill participation. Way 5-5-11, 76 KP. So the top side between Way and Breathe, about a 1,500 gold lead for IG. Bot side, Cream, and then Jackie and Feng Yu. We're looking at 700. So really, 500 gold lead on average for IG in this series. But Top Esports find a way to get it done in both games. BLG, Anyone's Legend, not a big shock here. BLG win 2-0. They are playing lights out League of Legends. And when they do it against a team that's as good as Anyone's Legend, it really reminds us where they are at. Viper, solo 2v2 kill, 13-10, 39% of damage. A very strong performance out of him. Shun, 2 solo kills, 84 KP. He went topside and 1v2'd with J4. Shanks tried to do it all, 6-4-11, 28 damage share, 85 KP. Tarzan had a solo. BLG averaged 4,500 gold with their Barons. I don't know why I don't have Anyone's Legends power play on here. In terms of the early game, BLG averaged about 1,000 gold lead, most of that with Bin and then the bot lane duo, both up about 300 to 400 gold. Doing the math in total here, 571, 653, about 1,000 to 1,100 gold lead at 15 minutes for BLG. SoftBank Hawks and top Team Seeker Whales. A very, very interesting series. First two games went, I think, 45 minutes each. There were a couple series like that, and this was one of them. So Team Seeker Whales took 12 of 17 Drakes. The Hawks took 5 of 8 Barons. They needed 4 Barons in their win, if I recall correctly. Tough. Very tough. Their Barons, the Hawks averaged 620 gold. They really struggled with the power play. Team Secret Whales, 1381. Not like they did much better. Similar to the Bro Nongshim series, it's a split bag here. The Team Secret Whales side leading in the bot lane duo and in the jungle. BA went 2-6-37, 87 KP. Eddie, 2 solo 2v2 kills, 32% of damage, as they were up 622 gold on average into Marble and Invista. Van won 10-5-20 in the loss, so strong KDA there. Marble, 29% of damage. Arya, 3 solo kills and 70 KP. Evie, 2 solo kills of his own for the Hawks, as he was ahead, as well as Arya. I mean, they were ahead 900 gold in their matchups. So it was a wash at 15 minutes. This was a very, very competitive series. The Hawks, I mean, Japan may be returning to an international event. It's going to be, I mean, if they do, I am very happy for them. I know some people say, oh, there are 3 Koreans on the team. The fact that an LJL team is even getting to an international event still is a great thing, because that region was not like absolute shit when it got dissolved and put in the LCP. Like, DFM had gotten to an international event, like main event before, and the teams are, well, DFM historically was a team that, although they dominated Japan, had to be respected internationally and were respected by people that actually like gave a shit and paid attention and weren't just like surface level looking at regional hierarchy. Japan was very strong and competitive. So to see the Hawks possibly being in a situation where they could represent the LCP, MSI maybe, or Worlds is nice. It is nice. Speaking of that, GAM Ground Zero. GAM did extremely well. One of the most lopsided series of the day, if not so, in a 97-3 split. This one was 62-38. Resulted in GAM being the biggest mover in the power rankings. Like, they moved up nearly a whole column, 2/3 of a column. They took 8 of 10 Drakes, 4 Barons. Average 2,000 gold to power play. Arrest 9-1-15. Artemis 25 damage share. Drakthar 2 solo kills, 70 KP. GAM leading everywhere but the top side. Drakthar 622 ahead. Arrest 500. Bot lane duo 870. But Orca 4-6-18, 88 KP. And then Jiang. So Jiang is really fucking good. We saw him play with Ultra Prime last year in the LPL and did not look like a bum in my opinion. As a rookie. He had 3 solo kills today into Kiaya, 37% damage share. Kiaya had 1 in Taki as well, and in the end he had a 200 gold lead on average, and I think all of that came from one of the games, but regardless, he really was strong into Kiaya today and deserves credit for that. But that's the only glimmering hope for Ground Zero in this one, is GAM just rushed them. Vitality Giant X, another lopsided matchup. Vitality win 90-10. 2-0 in the series. Took 4 of 9 Drakes, which is shocking, right? So you end up with a 90-10 split when the Drakes weren't split evenly. Weren't like really one-sided. So it goes to show just how far ahead Vitality were in gold, that even Drakes that Giant X took were not enough to overcome the gold lead Vitality had created via kills and turrets, etc. They took 3 Barons, averaging nearly 6,000 gold a power play. Karzi 13-11, 29% of damage. He and Flashy leading by nearly 1,900 gold into Noah June. Lynchus 77 KP. Isma had a solo 646, 67 damage share. Noah a solo 27 damage share for Noah. Isma 67 KP. Flashy had 2 solo kills. June had 1, or 2v2 kills, solo kills. So that's 3 there. 5 total. Nako splitting them. Humanoid having 1 as well. Isma was ahead 280 gold on average in this one. Just 1 second. Isma had 280 gold at 15 minutes or so on average between those 2 games. It was very competitive in Delinchus, and that's why he ends up with a positive KDA and etc. No slouch, one of his better series in a loss I've seen in a while. Otherwise, though, Vitality had by a lot. Gold difference in mid was still 780, and Humanoid really beating up on Jackies. So, I mean, very lopsided. Koi Heretics, another blowout, 94-6. Heretics, seeing a lot of things online about just the fact that they are being run terribly. You've got a coach that said things before the season started and is backing out of those things, and then losing Sheo for Douglas is not great. I mean, Douglas should be in the LEC, but Sheo is better. And it's like, this is just a shit show. It is a shit show, and it is because the coach, once you lost trust. You lost trust. And you can kick everybody out, but everybody that you're going to get were available for a reason. And also, whoever you're going to get should, at least in the back of their mind, think to themselves, this guy might fuck me over because he just fucked over the last player. So that's a thing. Koi, 6 of 9 Drakes. Both Barons. Supa, 12-1-9. 30 damage here, 75 KP. Wei, 1-5-10. 85 KP. Saren, 27% of damage. Mirwin had 2 solo kills. Jojo had 2 as well. Douglas ahead of Elioya, 250 gold on average. But the rest going to Koi. Mirwin had nearly 700. Supa Alvaro, 900. So, I mean, you're looking at 1,600 gold lead for Koi in this one, and they dominated. Hell, they dominated Heretics more than Vitality dominated Giant X. So, a very one-sided affair in those 2 series. So these 3 definitely blowouts. That's it for the first board. Now into the second. Okay, so CBLOL LCS power rankings include everything from today as well as the Sentinels series from last night into FlyQuest. So Loud and Leviton. Leviton win this 66-34. One of the predictions I got wrong. I got this one wrong. And I got the Giant X Vitality series wrong. So, Leviton took 8 of 14 Drakes. Loud took 2 of 3 Barons. Enga, 8-5-23 with a solo kill. Snacker, 3 solo 2v2 kills, 30% of damage. Bookie, 2 solo kills, or 1. Might have been 1. 81 KP. A tale of really 2 sides here, but Leviton's bot lane were the difference here. Snacker and Ackerman into Bull, not Ackerman, I always mess it up, Top Lap, into Bull and Redbert, very one-sided, 1,600 gold lead on average. Just completely dominated, that was the difference. Shino had a 1,200 gold lead over Devost in top, but it was not enough. He had 2 solo kills, going 17-7-11. Bull, 28% of damage. Redbert, 80 KP. Devost had a solo kill as well in top lane. So Leviton, 1,800 gold with their Baron. Loud, 2,900 with their 2. Not any movement from them. This part of the power ranking stayed the same. But the middle, my God, I mean, Sentinels moved up a ton from last night. Gam, their blowout of ground 0, moving up 8. HLE dropping a few just because of the way the stats fell relative to what they've put up this year. Red moving up 4. We'll talk about them. So Red win a series 2-1, but it was about 74% in their favor. They played very well in this one. Took 9 of 13 Drakes. Only 1 of 3 Barons. Frosty, 5-3-24 with a solo 2v2 kill. Kaze, 24% of damage. Steps had a solo 74 KP. They led in all areas of the Rift. I mean, the mid lane was even, but top side, 500 gold lead. Steps, 500 gold lead. Bot lane duo, 300 gold lead. So, I mean, looking at 1,500 gold lead on average for Red in this series. Decimus, 7-5-12. Seo, solo 2v2 kill, 25 damage share. Myru, solo kill, 77 KP. Zintz, 3 solo kills. Weiser with 1. Mortius with 2. As Red really took it to VKS in this one. It results in them moving up 4 spots, which is a big deal because, I mean, they're first in CBLOL. I can't believe looking at the standings at Fluxo are second. They are here because they still, statistically, because they dug themselves such a hole, are one of the worst teams. I said it yesterday, like, their stats were so bad that even winning these series has not really, like, it separated them from Pain. Them and Pain were like neck and neck at the bottom. There is a clear gap now between Pain and Fluxo, but they still have like a mountain of to climb to get to DFM. You're in one of the worst regions, and you're one of the worst teams in terms of just doing things the right way over the entirety of the season. But they've seemed to turn it around, and hell, if they make playoffs, it's going to really change things because somebody won't make it, and the tier ranking gets altered, which is a big part of this power rankings, and it will thus clear things up on that front. Speaking of the power rankings, Lion moved up to 5th. I don't, underlying stats like below even those surface level stats are why Lion end up moving up to 5th place. I have a feeling that tomorrow they won't be 5th anymore because KC plays SK, but we'll see. Lions won in about a 60-40 split. They split Drake's 50-50, 4-4. Took both Barons, 4,900 golds with them. Dokla 3-1-14, Berserker 2 solo 2v2 kills, 27% of damage, Isles 81 KP. But Shopify were ahead in the early game in both of these games. Contracts in particular, 1,136 gold ahead into Inspired. Not often do you see that happen. Sayo solo 2v2 kill, 2619, 88 KP. Zinni 31 damage share. Inspired and Contracts did trade solos. Saint did keep Shopify in this, averaging an 800 plus gold lead into Zinni on average, which is a nice thing. Otherwise, though, it's about a 500 gold lead for Shopify. And then TL, Dignitas. TL, it was close. It was a 2-1 score. It was a 50-50 series. Long-ass games. Both of the first two games were 40 minutes plus. Jose, 9-5-21. 3,100 gold across 4 Barons for TL. Dig, 3,300 across 2. Drakes were 9-7 for TL. Eon, 35 damage share. Core JJ, 92 kill participation. TL leading in the bot lane and the jungle. As a result, they're up about 740, 750 gold between the two. But Photon averaged a gold lead into Morgan. Photon is one of the most underrated players in the West. Solo kill 9-4-10. FBI solo 2v2 kill, 32 damage share. Ignar 86 KP in the loss. So, late upload. It is what it is, but we got it out. Sabres won. It's a good day. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter. Join the Discord. Become a YouTube supporter. And hope to see you again tomorrow.